two things. If you look at the entire list of terrorist activities across India in the last 10 years, as according to you, the post-Godhra incidents, you'll find the least number of terrorist incidents in states which are bordering India have happened in Gujarat. The Gujarat government has been very successful in curbing this kind of activities and liquidating people who are bent upon trying to disturb the peace and kill innocent people in the
Paritosh,
state.
you're justifying extrajudicial killings. I hope you understand that you're justifying extrajudicial killings. Do you think? I mean, now that this becomes fearful for me because tomorrow you might think that I'm a terrorist and there'll be somebody saying, "I will liquidate him." Is that what we can expect from the next Prime Minister of India, as the BJP calls him?
We are saying that if a terrorist is killed in an encounter, the law of the land has taken it into
But
the...
first, let him be convicted as a terrorist.
These men have been jailed. You are talking about Amit Shah.
Hang Ajmal Kasab, but first let Ishrat Jahan be proved a terrorist.
I think you must have read the India Today article and the IB thing about what the FBI or whatever were telling, and then finally that was removed, and Pakistani Jamatul Dawla had initially done, okay, she's hamare beti, she's our fidain. And then they revoked
this is a problem.
All that exercise has already been done. You also know about it. I also know about it.
Briefly, I would just say
let us not get into the fact whether she's a terrorist or she's a BR ki beti. Okay.
Okay, so let's assume that they were terrorists. Then why are so many of the top cops of Gujarat in jail right now? What is the message that Narendra Modi is sending and Amit Shah is sending to the police force of Gujarat?
See, I'll tell you one thing very clearly. If you take the cognizance of the riots, if you take the cognizance of whatever the so-called fake encounters which have happened in Gujarat, the maximum number of police who have been arrested are from Gujarat. If you go to other states, you'll never find even an inquiry done.
Because that is exactly the point. What Ishan is saying is that...
And we have a very interesting comment come in. Okay, Musafir Dutt writes in that BJP is not clear with the definition of terrorist. If Ishrat Jahan is a terrorist, what about Sadhvi Pragya Thakur?
No, I was actually coming to the point when he says about terrorism. No, excuse me, just a second. We have heard you. Can you please listen? That till the time Hemant Karkare actually reopened the line of investigations, it was all Muslims who were being blamed in various places for the Gokul Chaat, for the Makkah Masjid blast in Hyderabad, for the Samjhauta Express blast, for the Ajmer Sharif Dargah blast, etc. For the Malegaon double blast. Malegaon blast, they were put in jail, some of them for 10 years, and some of them brutally tortured in Hyderabad and all. Most of them were released later because there was no evidence. And then the line of investigations were opened, and then they found that there is this kind of Abhinav Bharat, and there is a kind of extremist formations formed within the Hindutva with blurred lines with the RSS, like Sandeep Joshi was RSS, and who has mysteriously disappeared, etc. So then you find that there are other extremist forces also which are Hindutva forces. As a citizen of India or as a journalist, I would not say that you kill them, do extrajudicial killings. They have to go through a process of law and justice, and they are arguing that they are not terrorists. Let it be proved in a process. You cannot say eliminate Sadhvi Pragya in extrajudicial killing. It is absolutely unethical and it is absolutely against the constitution. That's why many people doubt their belief in the Indian constitution. They actually do not believe in the constitution sometimes, I feel.
Paritosh,
now we're coming to what the belief and the non-belief in the constitution.
Those who believe in extrajudicial killings and those who puts you in the bracket.
To Narendra Modi, to Tamang, to extrajudicial killings, now to Sadhvi Pragya, and now that we do not believe in the constitution.
Of course, we believe in extrajudicial killings.
You're saying that somebody can be killed if it's commonly perceived that there are terrorists.
Cases in Punjab where more than 500 terrorists were killed, and no journalist at that time or even till now has spoken out against those judicial or extrajudicial killings.
There has been huge documentation in Punjab.
The country.
There's massive documentation in Punjab. National Human Rights Commission has been petitioned. Don't fudge facts.
Encounters were held. See, you have an axe to grind against Modi and Amit Shah, so you are continuously harping on the 22 cases.
No, Paritosh, what I'm harping on the fact is, I'm sorry, I completely agree. If the CBI does not have evidence against Amit Shah, fine, let the CBI not have evidence against Amit Shah. But we cannot justify extrajudicial killings. That's not the theme of the show. But I think we need to have a show on extrajudicial killings, whether they're right or not. And I would love for you to come in and participate on that as well.
I'll be there. Don't worry about that.
All right. So,
एटलीस्ट एक दिन पहले यार बता देना.
No, no, for sure. This happened in the afternoon. That is why we called you from the voice from Ahmedabad. But